Now, so earlier in this interview, you alluded to the fact that you did tell the then APC leadership that if the problem with allowing these people take over the party structures in the various states was the issue of that they were bringing money, you were prepared to give
the same amount
that they were supposedly going to bring.
It was rejected because I don't give contract. Again, maybe the only 100 million naira they're asking for, maybe if I give it, that's all. But this is just the beginning. Like you go to the hotel, you want it, they give you a starter, waiting for the main dish. So maybe I don't have the main dish, I only have the starter.
No, but that was where I was actually going to go, because it's also reported that it would have been difficult for anybody to say to someone like you that 100 million naira would have been the problem. The report is that you're one of the richest people in the north. And that so if money was the problem, why should they talk? Why should they use that as a yardstick for someone like you?
At least I'm contented. I don't believe that I'm the richest man in the north. I'm contented.
One of, not the richest.
Well,
is that true? Do you believe you're rich?
Well, I'm rich because I can take care of my house problem. I can have a house. I can pay my school fees. I can have my 3 meals every day. Then what else is more than that? I can pay my medical bills. So what is else more than that?
No, because many people, the way you mentioned the 100 million naira, many people will look back because not many Nigerians can come up with 100 million naira.
Well, you know, don't mind, I'm a small businessman.
Yes.
So at least
you're said to operate mostly in oil and gas.
Before I became a governor, I have done it. So whatever I can do of 100 million naira, I think it's not going to be a problem to me, because at least I have it before we even become a governor. So having said that I'm going to give 100 million naira for the sake of forming a political party that will help this country to move forward, I think is nothing to me. It's part of the contribution that I was willing. By then I'm not even willing to contest for any political position. But I just want the party to build so that at least we bring the change as we assume I was thinking that change for the better. So that was the essence of volunteering myself to give the 100 million naira as part of contribution. If we are doing that, that's a mistake, big mistake we people are doing. We allowed people to take over the leadership of the party. Party is supreme, then the president, then the governor. The president is the agent, both the president and the governor are the agent of the party. When there is manifesto, it's the work of the duty of the party executive to supervise the president and the governor and see whatever they are doing is within the manifesto of the political party. But today, you can see even the chairman of the party doesn't even care with the manifesto of the party or the constitution of the party. It's just for the sake of administration. If you ask the president what is in the manifesto, he will not tell you. Not even talk about the constitution of the party, because they are just doing it for the sake of registration's sake. But if the party is weak, then the government is weak. It's only in Nigeria that a party will form, leadership will form, and then after past term, the president will change the leadership of the party. The governor will change the leadership of the party
at the state level.
And then how can you respect the constitution? How can you respect the democracy? Because the party is supreme than anybody. When the party is not supreme, then there's no democracy.
Now, I'm sorry, I want to interrupt you there, because when you talk about the party, I remember that in 2007, now senator, but then a contestant for the office you were going to vacate, Senator Wamaku. There was I'm looking for the appropriate word. There was disagreement in the run-up to that election between you and him.
Not at all.
You didn't support him to succeed you.
You see, people are just assumed for something that they don't know. I have never quarreled with Wamaku, per se.
You say per se?
Yes, I left AMPP,
yes,
and found DPP. Therefore, by the time he came looking for governorship under AMPP, I wasn't even there. I led the party. So it's not a question that there's any problem between me and Wamaku for ticket sake. Not at all. And then a week to the election, he left the AMPP and joined PDP. So I'm not party to that, their problem. I've already left the party, which I've already warned President Buhari that is going to happen to him. And they have seen it. When all the governors virtually are just they are just making anti-party against our party, which I have warned him earlier. He refused to agree until when he saw it real happening.
When you say the president, which president are you referring to now?
The current President Buhari.
Okay.
I warned him that this is what is going to happen. And they have seen it. That's the reason why I left earlier and formed DPP. And he followed me and formed CPC. So there was no any quarrel between
yourself
myself
and Senator
Wamako for the sake of being the flag bearer of AMPP.
Because he's now in APC.
He's not in APC.
You are in PDP.
Yes.
Governor Aminu Tambuwal was in PDP. He left for APC in 2014. Now he is back to PDP. I'm pointing all this out because it seems as if there's a lot of realignment going on. Are you talking to all these people because of your own ambition for president?
You see, I brought Wamako into politics. I brought Tambuwal into politics. When I gave Wamako my deputy, he was a civil servant. I took Tambuwal, I brought him to the National Assembly House of Reps in 2003. So virtually, we are all together. I used to be the leader before everybody was ready to quit and be on his own. But Wamako, I brought him into politics, I brought Tambuwal into politics. So for them to join me, I think it's something that I'll be glad that my children have come back to me.
So you don't think it complicates your own ambition? It doesn't make things more difficult?
Not at all. You know what God has destined, nobody can stop it. Whoever is going to join PDP, I won't mind. If God had destined me to be the president of the country, nobody can stop it. Look at the hurdles Buhari pays for him to be there. So at least it's not only God gives power. Nobody is given power. So for anybody who has joined the PDP, nobody can stop anybody if God had destined to him. That's what I want people to understand. No matter what the number of aspirants we have, if God destined one, don't be surprised. Somebody who are not even aspiring will just come and take over the ticket.
Like the late Umar Musa
Like late Musa Yar'Adua. Because we don't need to bother ourselves. We have seen it, and we continue to be seeing it. When God has destined something to happen, nobody can stop it. So joining Tambuwal in PDP, aspiring for president, I think it's a welcome idea.
I asked Alhaji Sule Lamido this question, and I'm going to ask you in exactly the same way I asked him, which was to say that there are so many heavyweights in the PDP contesting. And going by what happened in the party in the run-up to 2015, governors leaving, people disagreeing with then President Jonathan that he should contest, the whole issue about there was a prior agreement about serving only one term and he's breaching the agreement and all of that. And it took the party so long to get over that crisis. Don't you see something like that happening? I mean, if you take a look at the roll call, let me say it again so that, I mean, there's emphasis on it. Because so many people, if you go on social media, if you read the newspapers and so on, people say there's another. Even the APC is saying, wait until the PDP conducts its primaries. That's when you know whether or not there's still going to be a party. There's yourself. I mean, I'm talking about declared aspirants now.
Go ahead.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. You have Governor Ibrahim Dankwabo. Malam Ibrahim Shekarau. You have Kabiru Tanimu Turaki. I mean, the list is almost like a who is who. You've said in this interview that you would support whoever comes out, and I'm assuming you mean whoever comes out of a free and fair contest.
Yes.
But do you think if anybody emerges from this list I've given, the others would do the same?
Well, I think anybody who didn't do the same is a political suicidal to him. Because there are only two political parties in this country, APC and PDP. Those who left APC and joined PDP, if they didn't get what they want, are they going back to APC?
Well, the ones who left for APC are coming back to PDP
so
now.
You see, now there's no time for anybody to leave PDP and go and join any mushroom party because it's his ambition, which he's not going to fulfill. So I didn't see any reason why he should leave his party, and just because of his personal interest, then people look at him somehow. Because if I have something to offer and I didn't get the ticket, at least I will support the person who get the ticket so that I'll give my own idea to add it together and then we build. So if all of us have their own various vision and mission, and then one of us got it, so we put all our vision and mission together and give it to him and help him to develop it. Since we are not going to leave the party, we will support him to develop it for the betterment of the country. So I didn't see any problem. As I said earlier, most of the politicians are just joining politics for the sake of political position. But a serious Democrat like myself, I didn't see anything wrong because I contest for any position. I didn't get to leave the party. I will support the person who defeated me. That's democracy.
In more recent elections, Ondo, Ekiti, Edo, and so on, it has increasingly grown. Even in the last elections that were held just very recently, the by-elections for Senate in Bauchi and Kogi, the allegations of inducing voters with money now seems to have replaced outright rigging as the preferred mode of compromising the elections. The international observers have said so. Quite a number of people have talked about that. From what you said now, are we going to get out of that? Because I know I've heard before from politicians that, for example, if you want to be president, you've got to have ₦1 billion that you can invest, and if it doesn't come back in any form, life goes on.
You see, the corruption is not from the bottom, it's from the top.
What do you mean?
The corruption is from the top. Now, look at after 2015 election. Look at the harassment the PDP are facing of campaign money. Taken to court, proving that this money is for the campaign. From anywhere this money comes, the politician got the money as campaign money. But look at what is happening now. Ekiti, Katsina, Bauchi, and Kogi. Where do they get that money?